hello, everybody. Oh my god, that voice crack though. Alright, so during this video, I am going to be talking about a little bit more about the arena setups and the lineups. Since I have all three of them up and running right now, I figured this would be a good time to do it. Plus, I've been getting yelled at to do it because I forgot to do it yesterday. So, anyways, happy days! How is everybody? Hope everyone is well. Forgot to do my intro, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I am very ADD. Somebody was not watching me, and I decided I was gonna have an energy drink. So let's go ahead and get this started. Arena. Okay, so I made another video that basically explains some good lineups to be able to have for your setups. I don't believe I had Command Conquest up at the time. I only had Survival and Glory. Or Commander Conquest. They have too many things with Conquest in its name. I gotta get that switched. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Commander Conquest. It's the easiest one. It's the quickest one. Because it's really not based off of your heroes. It's more based off of your troops. But, well, it's like troops and heroes. Because your heroes, you know, help boost your troops. So it's kind of goes with both. So when you're in Conquest, you're going to go over to Defend as typical. And based off of what your troop specification is in, whether it's helicopters, whether it's tanks, or whether it's APC, is going to be based off of how you do your formation setup. Now, I typically run APC, so I'm going to obviously, you know, do all of it APC. I could switch it up and add in some helicopters and add in some tanks if I choose to, but I'm stubborn like that, so that's how we roll. As far as the heroes, all of my heroes, like I've explained in Party Plaza, all of my heroes are APC based or troop based. None of them really consider, well, except for Patricia, who helps with tank and heli as well for their attack. But yeah, as you see, I have strictly troop, I have strictly APC, and a little bit in tank and helicopter. Only because of Patricia. But it all runs down for straight APC. If you were doing straight tanks, you're going to want to make sure you have your heroes that are for tanks, helicopter heroes for helicopters, and if you want to have fun and mix it all up, just do straight troops. So, again, the lineup for this is pretty quick, pretty simple. I'm probably going to get judged for that, but oh well. Suck it. So let's go ahead and start with Survival, because Glory basically is the same thing as Survival. It's just you have 3 lineups instead of 1. So like I said, I touched up on what are some good rounds as far as attack goes. Now for defense, it's a little bit more to it, I guess would be the way to word it. Along with, you know, your attack lineup and who you pick and everything else for that is one thing, because you really don't have to concern about which hero gets rage first or second or third or fourth or fifth. You're going to want to just basically, you know, have luck with the gems, know your formation with the gems, and know when to hit what heroes when to hit them. So for me, obviously, you know, I do Diana first, then I do Alfred, then I do McAllis, and then I just go berserk. That's how I do it on offense. Now, if I'm doing defense, I'm going to have a little bit of a different setup. I have a hill in the middle. Typically, you're going to want a stunner, or you're going to want a rage debuff as middle. Those are going to be your top 2. I've seen people who have health regen in the middle. That's okay, but that's more or less if you're like, you know, a higher up, bigger, and you can kind of do whatever you want and not have to worry about it. And it's just there to be there. But typically for the middle one is always more than likely 99% of the time going to get its rage filled first on defense. That's where 90% of the gems hit. That's where, 90% of the people start with their first couple hits is directly in the middle. So you're going to want that stunner, or you're going to want that rage debuff in the middle. So Hill, you got Elias, you got, they're all in there. Just check it out, play around, see what you like, go from there. You also have ones that basically, they don't just stun the rage, but they also paralyze as well, which instead of stunning the rage where they can still get, or stunning the rage where they can't get rage, paralyzing them, they can still receive rage, but they can't use that hero yet. So if the hero is full on rage and is ready to go, that hero gets put off and they can't go yet. They're just paralyzed. So there's a couple different heroes that do that. There's a couple different heroes that do stunning. There's a couple different heroes that do rage pausing, or yeah, I'll just call it rage pausing. You know what the heck I'm talking about. Anywho, so yeah, back on track. Center hero is definitely going to be the one that you want, that stunner or the paralyzer. And then you're going to want to start looking to second place, where I have McAllis. Typically, I'm not saying in all cases, because I do know some languages do read from right to left, but typically people look at things from left to right. So when they're going to be looking at the gems, they're going to be looking left to right at the gems after those first couple hits. I'm guilty of it. I do it a lot, especially if you watch any of my other videos. You can tell I'll get the center out. Once I get that center out, I'm hitting that right side first. Very rarely do you catch me hitting that left side. So it does make sense. And you're doing it subconsciously. You're not paying attention to it. It happens. So for that second placement and for that first placement, you're going to want to be able to get somebody that helps lower defense, that does quick healing for you on your team. You're going to want, or if you have a really, really, really strong hitter, you can put them there as well. One shot done kind of hitter. Claire, if you got her like 6 stars, she'd be a good option to put over there as well. But you definitely want to make those your next priority. So Hill, where I have Hill in third place, would be number 1. McAllis would be number 2. Alfred would be number 3. Then for your fourth place, which is where I have Diana, you're going to want again, another hitter or another healer. Especially if you already have, a defense buff, you're going to want, or not defense buff, a defense debuffer. Where Diana is, you're going to want somebody that's going to help boost your attack. You're going to want somebody that's going to help heal you a little bit more if you choose to run double healers. Or that could be the start of your big hits as well, because you already got the debuffer. If you, instead of having a healer where Alfred is, and you put a attacker there, or a attack up there, then you can go ahead and start putting your hitters in 4th and 5th place. 5th place is obviously going to be one of the last heroes hit. So I typically, well, not typically, I kind of got snapped at for how I originally had my lineup. But, what the hell's my fish doing? Okay, I have hangry fish. For 5th place, you're going to want a straight hitter. They're going to be the one that's more than likely going to be lasting the longest. Don't waste on a healer, because obviously the healer ain't doing nothing but just stalling the game, and it becomes very annoying. And it's honestly quite useless to you there, because you're only healing yourself. Don't put a defense debuffer there, or a buffer for you, because obviously you're not doing anything. You're not really hitting them. You're only, helping yourself for nothing. And again, it's just going to make it go longer, and you're not really fighting anymore. You're just kind of hanging out. So definitely put somebody who can actually hit in that last spot. They'll be there the whole game, or the whole round at least. So they'll be good to be able to get a good couple hits off before, the end, and you have a better chance of actually winning at that point. So that's basically how you want your formations to set up. When you make these formations, the center is definitely the main priority, and second place is definitely main priority, or first and second place are definitely main priority. Fourth place and fifth place, kinda, you can switch it up however you want. Like I said, it's really going to be based off of how you choose it. Fifth place, definitely keep it as a hitter. And then, it's pretty simple, but you kind of got to play around with your heroes like always, depending upon what heroes you have unlocked, what heroes are your strongest, what heroes you prefer, how you like to fight, how you like to battle. It's all up to you, so I can't tell you exactly what heroes would suit you, but definitely, like I said, center, stunner, or for a quick rundown, because I like to ramble and go off topic a little bit. So quick rundown: center, third place, you're gonna want, which is where Hill is. On your third place, you're gonna want stunner and paralyzer. For second place, you're more than likely going to want a either defense debuff, or you're going to want an attack buff for you. First place, which is where Alfred is, you're going to want healer, more than likely, to, quick heal you guys up. Fourth place, either a attack buff, a healer, or you can start your attackers, straight attackers there. And then last place, you're definitely just going to want an attacker. So quick, simple, easy. For the other one, for Glory, it's basically the same concepts. Now my other two lineups, I really don't concentrate on so much, but it'll end up being the same concept. That center one, you're going to want to do something where it puts a debuff on them. Now, as you see on my third lineup, I have Beatrice. Her debuff is, well, she doesn't have a debuff, but she has that flame or the fire burning effect. So even if you have something like that for one of your other lineups, not your main lineup, one of your other lineups, if you have somebody that can do poison or burning, you can put them in the center, and that'll help give you a little bit of extra boost at the start as well, especially with them being the first ones to be hit with the gems. So just keep in mind when you're doing offense and defense, it does play differently, one other than the other. Lack of sleep plus energy drink is okay. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Like I said, center always gets hit first. I cannot stress that enough. So whatever you put in that center needs to be put in first, and build your team around that. And that's pretty much the gist of the lineups, and at least the defense side of lineups. As far as the offense side, like I said, I already have another video of it, but just kind of touch up. Make sure you got a healer, make sure you got a stunner, make sure you got either an attack buff or a defense debuff, and make sure you have a heavy hitter somewhere in there. And typically, just having those 4 things in there, and then the 5th one you can kind of play around with, whether you want to add a defense boost to you, or you want to add a little bit, or a second big hitter like Beatrice or somebody that poisons or burns, and play around with it. But as long as you have those 4 main things on offense, you should do pretty good and whatnot. So play around with some other teams, against some other teams that you're not used to playing, especially hit some people that are higher level than you, because you never know, you might be able to beat them. I do not suggest going against somebody that's 4 or 5 million higher than you, because you will still get your ass handed to you. But yeah, if you want more helpful tips, always hit me up on Discord, hit me up on here. If you like my videos, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, yell at me, scream at me, whip me, whatever you want to do. Let me know you love them, and you love what I do. Appreciate all of it. And my next video, it should be a fun round for Super Alloy. So I'm going to be doing recording for that. And finally, I've been waiting for this. We haven't been teamed up very well, so with new servers coming out, we're starting to get better teams and whatnot. So we're gonna have some fun with that, and so I'll be sure to get some recording of that. Might take a little bit after Super Alloy for me to cut and organize it and pretty it up and everything, because I'm probably just gonna record the whole damn thing and just cut it from there. And then for Hub War, I'm putting together a video, but I'm doing it with a couple different rounds of Hub War because same concept, not really being paired up all that well with so limited servers. So it's taken me a little bit to get a couple rounds of Hub together to be able to put a video together for that. Just kind of like a montage of fun stuff. And I'm going to try to get other servers in there pending, what they're doing. I'll try to probably get keep an eye on S16, S17, probably do some 15, maybe if they're active enough. S12, obviously, S1, possibly S11 pending, but we'll see. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so definitely looking forward to having a couple extra just fun videos to, sit back and watch and everything. But other than that, pretty much that settles that for today. So any questions, as always, be sure to ask, and I will chat with y'all later. Ta-ta.